Hello guys, so today's video is going to be on how to create some stunning websites, or you can say some stunning document websites using mkdocs-material. So what is mkdocs-material? So mkdocs-material is one of the Python packages which has been provided by some of the developers, and it's a very useful package where you can actually use the Markdown type of coding and just can create some website like this. Looks very interesting for you. You can just do a good sort of documentation, and then you can also see some content headers there. You can just select directly and you can jump to that specific page there. Okay, so yeah, so that's the overall idea of what we are going to do. Okay, and also I have this website hosted in my GitHub, and I'm going to tell you how to do that from the scratch today. Okay, so let's get started. So very first thing what we have to do is we have to first create a GitHub account. So if you don't have any GitHub account, I'll tell you how to create a GitHub account, and I'll put the link in the description. You can just go and watch the video. So once you have that done, you just need to move to GitHub. Okay, just do github.com and then log in to the GitHub, and you can see something like that. Okay, then what you have to do is click on plus, click on new repository. Okay, now you have to just select a one for us, so mkdocs materials. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's keep it public for now, that's okay. And then put some general license as GNU general public license. Okay, get ignore none. Okay, that's okay. Add a readme file, that's important. Just keep a readme file so that if you want to put some documentation for someone who wants to access your GitHub link and try to create a project like you're going to create now, it would be helpful for them to read that file and how to set up that. Just click on create repository. Once we have the create repository done, okay, now you can see that this has been created. Now what you can do is you can just go to git bash. Okay, search for git bash, open git bash here. Okay, once you have it open, first, okay, copy the SSH or HTTP link from there. I prefer SSH because I can do some push and clone, etc., all that sorts of thing from the command line itself from git bash. And if you are not aware about how to do git clone and git push, git add from your command prompt, you can follow my other video, which I'm going to put that in the description. So have a look there and just follow along me there. So if you have all of them done, then you can just do git clone, okay, sorry, and then just paste the link there. Okay, now wherever you are on the desktop, that's where you are going to see all this file getting cloned. So I'll just do a git clone there, and I have the mkdocs material. So now I'll just go to my desktop and check if I have any mkdocs created. So mkdocs material, yeah, no, it's not created here. I guess it's somewhere there. Let me check the present working directory for that. Yeah, so it's C users administrator. So I'll go to C. Okay, C drive, users. I'll go to users, administrator, and yeah, you can see it somewhere here, I guess so. Yeah, mkdocs material. Okay, it's there. Okay, now what you have to do is just double click, and you're going to see that we have the 3 files created. We selected the readme file.md, so that's why they created it, and we have a .git file to refer that. Okay, now what we can do is we can open Visual Studio. Okay, I'll just open a new terminal, a new window from there. Okay, from the existing window. So yeah, so that's open now. Okay, and then what next? Now the next what you can do is go to file, open folder, and then go to that same location where we have cloned our branch. So it would be C, users, administrator, and mkdocs. Okay, select folder. Once the folder is selected, you can just click on yes, trust that, and then yeah, and that you can see all the files there. Okay, now that you can see that there is nothing, now let's start working on that. Okay, now the very first thing what you have to do is we have to go on terminal and click on new terminal. Okay, you will see the terminal being opened there. Okay, if you don't see any terminal being installed in your system, you can just use some extension, search for terminals, and that should be available. Okay, if you are not seeing it here, you can install some of the terminals there. I have already installed, so that's fine. Okay, now what you can do is let's start with the actual stuff about the mkdocs. So to do that, before we have to create a virtual environment, so let's try to create one now. So for that we have to do python -m virtual environment. We have creating virtual environment, and let's keep the same name there. Just creating it there, and you can see a folder being created there for the virtual environment. Once that's completed, you will see that it's completed now, and it's popping up. The cursor is popping up again. Now what we have to do, we have to activate this environment. So what you can do is you can just go to you can go inside this virtual environment. So venv, and then you have to go inside scripts, and then there is a folder called as activate. Okay, sorry, a file called as activate. Once you click there, our virtual environment would be activated. Now you can see the venv file thing coming up that says that the virtual environment is active now. You can see what all things are there inside the virtual environment if you want to. Okay, but that's not required. That's the only step which you need to do. Once you're here, what we have to do is we have to do just check some pip version, okay, to see if the pip is installed correctly. Yeah, the pip is installed, so we should be good. We can move ahead to install mkdocs. So we can do pip install mkdocs-material. It's called as mkdocs-material. So now it's collecting the packages. So in the meanwhile it's collecting the packages, I'll discuss further about this. So basically, once this is installed, what we can do is we can create a new mkdocs file from there, which will create couple of files here, like mkdocs.yaml and one or two more folders there. Okay, once that is done, we can just go to mkdocs serve, and our application should be up at the same time. Okay, and then I'll tell you how to do some sorts of themes and apply some themes and make our website look more better, like you saw there, like you're seeing this website now. So I've just applied a couple of themes. So you can see that we have an option to select themes as well, change themes, and whatever theme you select, based on that, the other guys who are accessing your application will be able to see the same. Okay, so the customer who is accessing the application won't be able to change the themes. Okay, so if I change it from the host side, it would be changed for all of the guys. So you can see that I have already hosted it in GitHub. So you can see it here now. Let me show it to you guys. So if you see it here, that's hosted here. I'll send you the link for the link for that, and I'll put that in the description so you can access it. It's a very important page which I have created for solution architect materials. So what all things are required and what all courses would be required, and some important differences, I've all added it there. Okay, so next what we are going to do, so let's now see if the setup is complete now. Let's see if it is. So okay, yeah, I think it's almost there. So we just need to wait for a couple of minutes and it should be okay. Yeah, okay, so next what we can do is, yeah, next I'll just, in the meanwhile we are waiting, I'll just talk about this website which I've already created. So you will see, if you want to access that website, or you can see, you want to see the code for that, it's available in my GitHub. I'll definitely put the link for GitHub, for my GitHub there, and you can just go there to my GitHub and then go to repositories and then search for mkdocs-material. Okay, this materials was the one which I created right now, okay, for our things. Okay, so now you can see that these are the ones which are the files, which are the only files required to create a website like this. Okay, so you can see some docs are there. There are some couple of files, images and paths there. You have the configurations written inside the mkdocs.yaml. Okay, some themes, some sorts of footers and headers. So all that stuffs are available there. Okay, and I don't have any readme file right now, but yeah, that's overall how it looks. Okay, let's get back to where we were and see if it's installed. Yeah, perfect. So everything is installed now. It's saying some warning saying that we have some upgrades to pip available, pip install versions. Okay, so but that's okay, we can ignore for now. Okay, now what we can do is we can just click on mkdocs new and a dot. That means a new project would be created, and you can see now that the mkdocs.yaml file is automatically created, and a doc folder is created. Inside that we have the index.md. Now once this is done, what you can do is we can just do mkdocs serve. Okay, once you click there, you can see that our application is hosted now in localhost, and we can access it now. Okay, so let's do a localhost. Try to see. Now you can see the localhost being coming up here properly. So you can see localhost has showing the basic documentation of the mkdocs website. Now let's try to see. Now you can see that the website which I was showing you has some toggle bar where you can actually switch themes, but for this basic application you won't see that. Okay, so let's try to start customizing our application now. Okay, so I have some predefined or pre-written code there. So what you have to do is to do all these sorts of customization. So there are two files which are very important for us. Okay, one is the index.html file. So let me show it here. Index.md file, sorry. So you can see that the welcome docs and all the things which you are seeing are available there on the browser. So welcome to mdocs for full documentation, etc. You're seeing all there. Okay, welcome to mdocs full documentation on all these stuffs which are coming up from here are from this index.md file itself. And the another important file is mkdocs.yaml, which actually contains what type of content you want to post inside that. Okay, so I'll show it to you because I have all the things already written. So I'll just try to explain that to you. So you can just go to this, and let's start understanding a couple of things. If you want to include the themes, okay, for example, so what you can do is you can include this this particular thing. You can just copy it from here. Okay, I have already done this, so I'll just copy it from there and I'll paste it there. So what it does is it has some it will do some sorts of improvements. I mean, some sorts of enhancing the UI part from there by using this theme. It would be very handy. Now you're seeing that there is some attribute errors because it was trying to build the application again and it failed due to some dependencies. So you can just do mkdocs serve again just to run the website. Now you can see it's again posted there. Go there and refresh the page. Now you can see see a better UI, right? Better than before. So that's the idea of adding the themes there. Okay, next what we can do is if you just go scroll below, you can see we have a palette there where we have an option to switch to light mode and the dark mode. Okay, so we can just select this palette, copy this palette and paste it in our code just to see that the toggle button being available. So now if you see, it's automatically rebuilt and we have the toggle button available now. So slowly progressing further. Okay, now we go next. If you want to include some sort of plugins, I mean if you want to add some social plugins, so we have to do this, copy this, and then also if you have to do some sort of markdown, we have to include some couple of markdown extensions as well. So we are going to do so we are just going to copy this and just paste it there. Okay, we'll come to know about that, what are the significance of this social and markdown extensions a bit later. Okay, but maybe for now it might not be visible to you what changes we are making, so we'll talk about that later. Okay, once we are at the correct place. Now what we have to do, yeah, I think that's all. Okay, for now, for this file. Then in index.md file, okay, what we can do is we can include couple of things. Okay, let's start with the headers and footers. So header already looks good. We can include something in the footers like the social media icons, etc. Okay, and that's where these things comes into picture, the plugins for social. Okay, and how we are going to add that? So what you can do is you can go to my repository there, go to docs, and then click on the index.md file. Okay, once you click on that index.md file, you can click on the code. Okay, and you will see that I've added these details, like you can see AWS Architect, introduction, courses to follow, etc. etc. If you want to add the footer, you just need to scroll to the bottom of this page. Okay, sorry for that. Scroll to the bottom of the page, and what you can do is you can just add these couple of things. So I think footer part looks like it's missing. Okay, sorry. So for footer, to add the footer, you have to just make changes in the mkdocs.yaml file itself. So you can just click on this extras, socials, copy it there, and I think that's all. Okay, just change the links there so that you can highlight yours there. So go there and just paste that. So once you paste it there, you see that they are asking, it failed for some of the dependency called as pillow and Cairo SVG. So what you have to do is just copy this. Okay, copy this command and paste it there and run this. Okay, so it's very easy to develop all these things because they are, they give us all the essential information, what is missing and what is not missing, and what's going good, what's going bad. So it's very good for us. Now if you just go back to our website, you will see that we have the icon available now. Oh, sorry, the website is down now. Oh, sorry, yeah, we have to just do mkdocs serve now again, because there was a dependency is being unavailable, so that's why. Now it's running again. Let's wait for a couple of seconds to see when our website is up. Okay, so yeah, in the meanwhile, let's discuss about okay, yeah, it's up now. Let me refresh the page. Oh yeah, now you can see that these icons are coming up like YouTube, GitHub, Facebook, and LinkedIn stuffs. Now if you want to include some copyright things, you can do the same thing. You can just copy details, copy the code from here, and then just paste it at the end of the file, end of the mkdocs.yaml file, and that will automatically add this copyright stuff there. Now we are good with the footer, we are good with the header. Now let's talk about the content itself. Okay, so to add the content, what you have to do is you have to go to the docs file and then go open the index.md file. Okay, now if you open the index.md file and click on code, okay, this is how you write the code. Okay, now let me explain you things in a better way. Like you are seeing a couple of things, like, right? So you are seeing that I have some bigger headers, I have some normal headers, so they are just like the similar HTML h1 h2 headers, okay, but based on the Markdown language. So you have to use hash, double hash, triple hash, 4 hashes, 5 hashes, and so on to make the headers work. Okay, if I just show it to you with the GitHub link there, you should see that once a single header, it's a big header file, h1 you can treat that as. This one would be h2, and similarly h3, okay, something like that. Okay, now you can do it like that. And then if you want to include any of the if you want to put any of the text in bold, you can put a double star in front and at the end of that particular line. Okay, then also if you want to include links, you can just put a opening angle brackets and closing angle brackets, and that would be showing you as the links, just like you're seeing here. Okay, so that's the best part of that. Okay, very easy way of documenting things. And then if you want to put any sorts of text, okay, sorry, not text, sorry, if you want to put any sorts of image, you can just do one thing. Okay, you can just, for example, let me copy one image from my from one of the things from here. Okay, so let me copy this one, copy this YouTube thumbnail, and then let me paste that there in the index.md file here somewhere. Automatically now you see, these files would be automatically available or saved in the running mkdocs.png file. Okay, and then what you can do is and you can see the browser has refreshed, and you can see the image being added there. Okay, it's so easy, guys. Okay, so once you are done with this, I guess this is the most important part, and was a bit tricky for me at the very beginning time, but I think it should be good for you guys. Okay, apart from that, I guess everything is smooth. And if you want to also sort of highlight some of the codes just like this. Okay, for example, here if you are seeing that I have highlighted some code here, like for example, if I go here, you are seeing that these are sort of codes. That's why they are visible in a different way compared to these text, right? So for doing that, what you can do is you can just go to you can just do like something like this, triple backdash and py, and just like this. If you do it, that would be shown like that, and you can repeat this for other things as well. So I think that's overall everything. And if you also want to highlight the text in yellow, like I've done for a couple of things from my website, okay, just like this you can just put a put a double double quote there, double equal sign here, just like this, double equal sign at the beginning and end, it will automatically highlight that as a yellow. Okay, I hope with this current information you will be able to easily create a very good website. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add the GitHub files, that is a ci.yaml file which should be required for us to deploy this project in GitHub without paying anything. So we are going to get a DNS and that would be automatically deployed in GitHub. So what we are going to do for that is we have to create a folder first. So let's create a folder called .github. Okay, and inside that let's create another folder called as workflows. Okay, which would be some sorts of workflow which we are going to see. Now inside this we are going to create a file called ci.yaml and we have to copy the code from our previous repository which I have already copied. Just have to save it and then do git status to see if there is a change here. Yes, so I'll do just git add -a and then git commit. Workflow file and then git push. Okay, that's all I guess. And then we have to go to GitHub now. So let's go there and go to GitHub. So we're there now, and let's click on the GitHub materials. Sorry, this one, the GitHub materials which we created. And now what we need to do is go to settings, click on pages, deploy from a branch, select main, save. Okay, you can see that it is being currently built. So what you can do is you can go to actions and then see that there is a deployment which is in progress now. So the page build and deployment. So let's wait for that to get completed. If you want to click there and you can check all the process which are going to happen. This build is happening now, the project is getting built now. Once that is done, it is going to report build status and then deploy our project. So it will take hardly 10 to 15 seconds. So you can see that the build is already complete. Now the report build status is there, we can click, it's running there now. Okay, if we go back, you can see the report build status is complete now. You can click on build to see what's happening there now. So build is complete, and then you can see the mkdocs-material is hosted here. Just click there and you can just view the website. I think it's not yet completely deployed. So now it should be available. Okay, this is how we can host our websites there. Okay, so thank you guys. If you have any questions, please post it in the comment. Thank you.